DeadpoolNegative. I'm here to bang out a couple quick thoughts about the Giggle because I'm on a clock. I'm on the clock today. Well, um, I'm not going to give any hard spoilers because the internet's already cracking in half. I liked it. I liked it. It was probably I thought it was the best of the specials. It was the social commentary while labored. It was I thought kind of interesting. Basically, the celestial Toymaker comes back and to the power of television, I'm sure you're not cashing those checks. Spends nearly 100 years in a slow process to drive everyone crazy and start attacking each other because they all believe they're right. You know, and of course and so everybody's gone crazy and attacking each other and fighting. And there's even a bit where they go to Unit and Unit says, well, we have a band that makes people less crazy, but no one wants to use it and they do a little anti-vaxxer thing. And while, yeah, I am vaxxed and boosted, I have to say, like, I've seen so much psychotic stuff from anti-vaxxers. I think it's worth exploring why these people think this way as opposed to just mocking them. But that's just me. But overall, I think Davies gets some pretty fair licks in the way everyone needs to be right no matter what their political persuasion. And the Celestial Toymaker finds a way to do that. And let's talk about the Toymaker. He is played by Neil Patrick Harris, who was most notably in terms of the connection to Russell T Davies. He was in the TV series It's a Sin, which I believe may still be streaming on HBO Max, which was about the AIDS scene in London in the 80s. And it was written by Russell T Davies and it's an extremely difficult watch. In fact, I didn't finish it, and that's actually a compliment, believe it or not. But anyway, he's fantastic. He is mushing up his face in every expression imaginable: hate, anger, fear, confusion. He basically what he did was what Davies needed: somebody with the theatricality of the master, but not the master, and that's the Toymaker. A being so above everything, he doesn't understand emotions. He's lived so long and he's so powerful. The only thing that makes sense to him is winning and losing, which is obviously a commentary on the internet, on arguing and etc. etc. So he makes everyone a winner and everyone a loser at the same time. When the doctor figures out a way to, doctor being clever figures out a way to, because he's obsessed with games, the doctor makes him play games. And like, I'll give an example like of what I really liked about Harris's performance. He's so over the top, so egomaniacal. Basically, of course, it's the doctor. The doctor will eventually get one over on him. But his reaction to what happens is so funny and so bizarre. Like his face just like contorts in a way I didn't know people's faces could contort. Um, and there's the appearance of Mel Bush, who's there. She doesn't really get much to do except like, well, no, she gets some things to do, but it's like, like we all knew Mel Bush was coming in the current series. She's just coming sooner than we expected. Ruth Madeley appears again as the wheelchair-bound unit operative, and she's quite good. She didn't really get much to do this time, and I don't like that smirk. But otherwise, but Madeley's actually a pretty decent actress, so I didn't mind that smirk too much. Um, I thought Miss Redgrave was always great as Kate Lethbridge Stewart. I honestly thought they were going to, kill her off to raise the stakes, but they did not. Okay, that's one spoiler. And then I have to, I'm going to dance around this because what happens at the climax they sent preview copies of this episode with 20 minutes cut off. And when you hit that point in the special, something happens that has never, ever, 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 ever happened in the history of the series. Makes barely any sense, but then again, it is also like there's nothing that said it couldn't happen. I mean, I heard rumors that was what was going to happen, but I gotta imagine Russell Davies' face when he sat down and wrote this. I think the episode's called The Giggle because that's what Davies was doing when he wrote, "This happens." okay, I'll just say what happens is events proceed to cause the regeneration, and regeneration, that's not really the word. I'll just say the 15th Doctor finally shows up, played by Ncuti Gatwa. And there are two actors in the history of the franchise. You know, everybody usually takes time to get used, but so far there are two actors in the history of the franchise that the moment I saw them, I said, okay, this guy's going to be all right. He's the Doctor. I'm cool with him. That was Matt Smith, a man I'd never seen before, I'd never heard of. All I could think of when I look at those pictures of him is like, what why doesn't he, what is with his hair? The moment David Tennant regenerated into Matt Smith, for reasons I don't feel like going into, was one of the most important moments of my life. I didn't know that at the time, but it was. And he was, to me, he was the Doctor in those first couple moments. The second time that happened is when the 11th Doctor regenerated into the 12th Doctor, Peter Capaldi, with that one line, my kidneys, I've got new kidneys. I don't like the color. And that was, what was also amusing about that was I had fallen so in love with Matt Smith as the Doctor. I said, there's only one actor who I'd rather watch playing the Doctor at this point than Matt Smith, and that's Peter Capaldi. And that's what happened. So, but now there's a third, because almost from the very second Ncuti Gatwa appears, I want to say appears, he is the Doctor. See, the thing about Ncuti Gatwa is he's the kind of guy who commands the frame and just lights up the room instantly. Yes, he's flamboyant. Yes, he's excitable, but that's fun when I think that works for the Doctor. And he comes in and basically just steals the show. If I had to compare it to something, like, it kind of bizarrely, it reminded me of the fact that, like, in the last episode of The Prisoner, Patrick McGowan's just sitting there and Leo McKern shows up and just like, here, I'm going to take this show and put it in my bag because I've stolen it from all of you. Because Leo McKern is so phenomenal in the final episode of The Prisoner. That's weirdly what it reminded me of. And I mean, the moment, like almost less than 30 seconds in, you say, oh, this is why he walked into the audition and killed it, and Davies chose him over who he was certain he was going to choose as the Doctor, and he does it all without pants. That's the funny part. This is the most pantsless Doctor I've ever seen. I'll explain when you watch the episode. And he really just like, this guy's fun. I want to hang out with him. I'm not sure I want to hang out with him, and I want to pay attention to him. I want to see what this guy does. And like that's just some quality Jodie Whittaker didn't have. She never had. I mean, he also has authority and seriousness that Jodie Whittaker, as written and I honestly as played, unlike a lot of people, as good an actor as Whittaker was, she just couldn't crack the Doctor. He just I want to wrap this up, though, because if I go any further, I'm going to go into hard spoilers, and the episode literally aired 20 minutes ago. What I heard complaints, because I'm stupid enough to watch other channels, that this isn't much of a 50th anniversary special, 60th anniversary special, as opposed to the 50th anniversary special. And Davies just wanted to tell some just normal stories before his big story. In fact, even this story would have worked as a regular episode, even without like the need to like introduce the 15th Doctor. What the 50th anniversary special brought back Gallifrey, which was a major part of the original series. The major part of the original series that wasn't in the Davies series, and it did it in a way I thought was actually quite beautiful. in that the War Doctor and the 10th Doctor joined with the 11th to help him make the decision. I mean, I should sorry. The 10th Doctor and the 11th Doctor helped the War Doctor to make the decision to destroy Gallifrey and end the Time War. But as we discover, but they also figure out a way to fix it. They rewrote, as far as I'm concerned, they rewrote time, but that's another debate. But what I always thought was beautiful about that is it kind of gives our wish that a lot of us have, that this was if our future selves could come tell us that things would be okay. And that's kind of what I thought was beautiful and moving about the finale, about the 50th anniversary special. And Davies does do that. He approaches it from a different angle. Again, no hard spoilers, but it's kind of beautiful. Like it does continue that theme. And it also does something that a lot of people are going to be happy with. I'm not sure to say I'm happy with it. I mean, a lot of people will be happy with it. I'm not unhappy with it. I'll just say I didn't need it. That said, if it involved other doctors, I might have been more excited about it. But I just can't believe, like, he must have been so weird. I do worry that it might cause problems in the future because so much of the Doctor has been about moving. It's like the 11th Doctor says before he dies. We're all different people all through our lives. But that's okay. You got to keep moving. You got to keep moving forward just as long as you remember everyone you were supposed to be. And I worry that message might not be completely misunderstood by what happens in this special. Because something happens that says that maybe things aren't about moving forward. Maybe the old stuff can stay around. Which is not the message I expected from Russell T Davies in the age of the Phantom Menace. I'll say that much. I did not expect that. I'm not sure it's healthy. But also, it also is of a piece with the end of the 50th special. Because at the end of the 50th special, there's an implication that one day, the Doctor will be able to sit down and rest. He'll be able to live a normal life. There's nothing wrong with living a normal life. There's a day he can rest. And something happens to the Doctor. We may be seeing the beginning of that. I don't know. But what I was looking forward to was Ncuti Gatwa. And I was not disappointed. He did it. He just kind of walked in, stole the show from everybody. And that's what I wanted. That's what I needed. And although, like, again, the guy's in his 30s, but he still looks like he could pass for 18. I don't know why. But like the trailer I saw for the next episode with its cheesy ass effects and goofy ass monster design, like, that sounds like it's going to be fun. So I think it gives a lot of thought for the 60th anniversary. It's very distinctly Davies, and it's very distinctly David Tennant. It's very distinctly Ncuti Gatwa. All right, that's it for now. Maybe I'll come back later in the week with more thoughts. But anyway, I will talk to you later.